Good afternoon. Welcome, everyone, to this week's edition of Reino de la Mascaras, the Kingdom of the Masks. I'm your host, as always, Reino Mascaras, with some very stuffed up sinuses, so bear with me this week. It's gonna be interesting. My voice is, no matter how many times I do this, my voice is never gonna, sound normal to me, and this week it just feels like it's multiplied. So, the joy of spring in the upper Midwest. Snow clears, pollen gets in the air, this guy gets a stuffed nose. Anyway, before we get down to business, real quick, just want to send all the positive vibes to Commander. If you didn't see it, I didn't see it. I heard about it afterwards. It sounds like he may have gotten a little dinged up last night in Toronto for Demand Lucha. I tried to watch the live stream. For whatever reason, my apps were not working real well. They kept booting me about every 20 seconds back to the choose your live stream page, and the on-demand hasn't gotten up yet. But scattered reports I'm hearing, he did a moonsault, he came up favoring his knee, and was not in the rest of the match. So waiting for that to go live so I can see, so I can get some verification. Not much out there, but anyway, I just want to send my, those good vibes to Commander. He's a very good dude. Hate to see him injured, especially right after signing that AEW contract. So hope for the best for you, my friend. Today, we have a viewer request. Actually, it was in the comments of the last video I put out. So without further ado, let's get right into it. And it's kind of funny. Can't see it from here. That's okay. I'll talk about that one later on. But one of my first worn masks, not ring worn, but just worn by the luchador themselves, was a mask I got from Dos Hermanos Lucha of Audaz. And it was one of those things that opened my eyes quite a bit. Up until that point, I had a lot of replica masks, the occasional official mask, and I believe at that point I did have just one signed mask. So it was a little bit of a shocker putting that Audaz mask on and like, whoa, this is not, when you realize, folks, that, and I've talked about it 100 times, when you realize you've got a big head, myself, I'm talking about, not Audaz. But it was still cool. It was like one of those things like, wow, this was on the head of the luchador himself. And as I was searching through some eBay listings a number of months ago, I stumbled upon another Audaz mask. And this one was ring worn. So I put a number on it and picked it up. And it came, and it was something I did highlight for Mask Monday on Instagram. But I want to talk about it a little more. So, without further ado, there it is. And it's really just a really cool mask. It's a throwback to the days where, I don't want to say masks were simpler. You always had the, very elaborate masks. But I think the elaborate style has really taken over in terms of, seeing the extravagant masks, the, horns, mohawk pieces, dreadlocks, whatever is on there. You see a lot of like very intricate pieces. And this one kind of throws me back to that older style that you used to see, where it was just, hey, here's the base, here's a little bit of color to poke out. What you see is what you get. So, that one always kind of sticks out to me when I look at my ring worn shelf. As it's a throwback to the, to the older style of mask that you're used to seeing. So, cool thing here, I'm going to undo the lacing just a little bit so we can see it a little better, is not only was this one worn, but it was signed as well. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to wear it per se, but I'll take it off the head so we can see the autograph a little bit better. But you can see here, very cool autograph. You can see the date down there, and very cool picture. I've kind of noticed here that you do see this a little bit with some of the newer luchadors, and even some of the legends. You see these kind of personalization along with the signature itself. You see a little bit of a drawing. I know Bandito, when he signs things, he makes the mask on the bottom of it. And I know LA Park also tends to sometimes do drawings on masks that he signs. Kind of, it's one of those things that really, it punctuates what you're getting. It kind of, shows the personality of these guys. And then also, it makes it a little tougher for a fraudulent autograph to get out there and be presented as authentic. So, very cool here. If you can see right down at the bottom, he even put the date. I think I might have it backward, upside down. I'm sorry. Let's get it down there. Here you can see the date that the mask was used, which is very cool because it makes it really easy for me to go back and watch that match and say, yep, that mask matches what I'm seeing here. So that kind of became a little bit of a tradition in my sense, is when I get these masks and I know for sure the date that they were used, I like to go back and I like to watch them. So this one was neat. For one thing, this was the first mask, and I'm thinking back here, this is the first mask that I own that's ring worn that I can confirm was worn in Arena, Mexico, which is really, really cool. Really, really neat. Not going to spoil much of it, but it was a fun match. It was a fun one to watch. It was a trios match. Audaz actually scored a fall and did a pretty cool dive. So it's like, hey, cool. He did an awesome dive and he won a fall. Very, very awesome. So in the midst of watching, I did do what has become kind of my tradition here. Trying to get that ring light out here. Sorry, guys. Is making sure I have a nice picture with the mask. So I just took this off of the video. I just kind of screenshot it on my phone, printed it off. So sits right there. Look at that. You can see it in the picture and you can see the mask. Picture, mask, picture, mask. So just really cool. It's really cool. It was one of, CMLL, since they stopped streaming for the time being on YouTube so much, in terms of free anyway. Obviously now they do upload shows on about a 2-week delay from the Ticketmaster pay-per-view. So I've been getting back into that habit, but kind of cool to see this one, be able to go to YouTube, watch the match, and see how much, see how many cool things happened while this mask was worn. And again, I kind of try to, you can kind of see it over my shoulder here. I don't have it on this one. Actually, I think it's on the back of the shelf. This was an AEW worn Penta. And then these two here were AEW worn as well. I've got the pictures from there. And then this guy right here was in a trios defense. So I haven't printed a picture off yet. I'm still kind of trying to pinpoint exactly which match or matches that it was used in before I do that. But I talked about it before. It's just something I like to do when I know which match the mask was worn in. And it makes for a cool display to show, hey, it's right here. There's the mask. There's where he was wearing it. So that is the story of my ring-worn Audaz. I hope you enjoyed it. This was requested to me via YouTube last week. So shouts to that person there. I will make sure that they get tagged in the description of this when I get it up. So, as always, if you liked what you see today, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. I'm going to start trying to do the occasional Twitter poll. I checked it yesterday and I can still run polls. I don't know, maybe I got my wires crossed and misunderstood something. But with that said, another thing I do want to say before I depart here today, you can see the flag behind me, the Republic of Lucha. They are holding a show this Sunday. I don't believe it is live streaming. I believe it will be on Fight TV at a later date. But if you are in the area, I highly suggest you go there because they are releasing 24, that's right, 24 new masks. Lucha Brothers, Bandito masks are going to be available. I believe there are going to be a fair amount of ring wards and masks that were used during the Best of 7 Elite Death Triangle series. So if you're interested in masks and you want to see some good lucha on top of it all, there's where you need to be on Sunday if you can make it. With the Republic of Lucha. Penta El Cero Miedo is taking on Jacob Fatu. Ray Phoenix is going to be wrestling Speedball Mike Bailey. I might have those two switched, so don't quote me on that, but between those 4 men, you're going to see it. I'm almost positive it's Speedball and Phoenix, but should have checked that before I did the plug, sorry. But either way, that's the place you want to be. Buy some masks so that come May 3rd, you're not going to drive your king broke, because if there's mask left over and something's ring worn and it catches my eye, this guy's going to buy it, and he's going to have to talk to his wife. Just kidding. The wife doesn't care. She already knows, but it sounds funny. Anyway, we're going to catch you next time. Again, anything you want to see, anything you see behind the shelf you want me to talk about, hit me up. Here, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere. Let me know. I will be happy to fit it into the schedule, or in some cases, do it right away if I don't have anything else going. So with that said, that is it for today. We'll see you everybody next week. As always, life, liberty, live, laugh, love, and Lucha Libre. See you next time.